first pair is the J-Tip Saucony Pro Grid 9. So this is actually my first pair of J-Tip Sauconys. I didn't hit on any of the other releases, and I literally just got these in this morning, but the reason I'm putting them on the list is because I actually really like them a lot. Now, to be fair, I haven't rocked these yet, so that's why I didn't put them on the actual top 10, because I just have no experience in these. They could be uncomfortable. I doubt it, because Sauconys are usually very comfortable. And also, it's kind of a wild colorway. But man, is it crazy. Saucony and J-Tips have been nailing it with their collaborations. They're all incredibly popular, and they're all very clean and very wild looking. On this particular colorway, you've got what looks like a semi-translucent mesh upper with blue hits and pink hits and green hits and tan hits. It's just like this mashup of different colors that make it a wildly interesting pair of sneakers that I think if you throw on, people will be like, what are those? But in a good way, you know what I mean? I wasn't really familiar with J-Tips before his collaborations with Saucony, but I've kind of been watching what he's been doing since then, and every one has been really, really clean. Like, I would rock every single one of those colorways. I just grabbed this one because this is the one that I like the best out of the two that released on release day, and I'm super stoked to have it. So excited to rock it, excited to throw it on feet. Now, I don't know if these are still available online. I think they have sold out. If you guys want to check them out, make sure to check them out through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen. And actually, every shoe that I talk about in today's video, I'll make sure to link through the YouTube shopping tab if you want to grab any of them, because they're all fire, and I don't think any of them are that expensive. I think sneaker resale prices have just plummeted this year, so check them out. Really quick though, I want to mention that I've teamed up with Core to give away a $200 StockX gift card, which you could use to buy really anything in today's video. We're dropping 2 Core badges, and all you need to do to enter the giveaway is to get both Core badges. The first one is linked in the top of the description below, and the second one will be in a future video, so stay tuned for that. And a winner will be randomly selected from the people who collect all the badges. So good luck, grab your badges, again, linked in the top of the description below. The next honorable mention is kind of 2 sneakers. We've got the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Canary and the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Medium Olive. So these are 2 out of the 3 Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott collabs that are dropping this year. We've also got an all brown colorway, which is like, which I might grab just for the review, but I don't plan on keeping. These 2 are really, really cool because one, you've got the medium olive colorway, which I actually just dropped a review on. That is sort of a classic Travis Scott colorway and color blocking. And it's also more widely available than a lot of the previous Travis Scotts. And then you've got a completely different take on Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Lows with the Canaries, which are based off of Travis Scott's high school, Elkins High. And I actually think I prefer these. I've rocked these way more because I've had these longer, but I also prefer these because it's like a perfect summer shoe and it's wildly different. You've got this bright yellow overlay, you've got blue hits, you've got red hits, you've got a gum outsole, which is sick. I mean, I just really like it. Plus, it's not too expensive. It's like $350, $320. I mean, if you're looking for just a wild pair of sneakers, like a bright yellow pair of shoes, it's hard not to go with a pair of Travis's. That being said, both of these shoes are very clean for different reasons. The medium olives are obviously easier to rock and also will probably be more popular and more expensive as the months go on just because they're more wearable, but there's something about this pair, man. I just love it. The final honorable mention is the Artifact Nike Dunk Low Genesis in the Ghost colorway. So this shoe is absolutely wild. It's actually a complete redesign of the Nike Dunk Low. It's not a version of the Nike Dunk Low, it's a whole new silhouette. And the design of this shoe is based on an NFT. This is the first time, I think, that an NFT came out and then they released a physical product based on the NFT versus the other way around. Usually you got a physical product and then you've got an NFT based on that physical product. In this case, you've got a shoe based on a digital product, which is super, super cool. So this shoe I actually got gifted to me from Artifact, this one and the Clone X colorway, which is a black and red colorway. I already had the Void, which is a black and purple colorway, and I really wanted this shoe and they were nice enough to send this pair my way, which I can't thank them enough for. It's wild. But this is by far my favorite Artifact Nike Dunk Low. The colorway is super easy to rock. It's gray and white. You've got the really cool like vial in the tongue, which actually is the detail that changes the color of the shoe in the NFT or the digital product or whatever you want to call it. In this shoe, obviously, it doesn't change the color of the shoe. But it is removable, which is cool. I don't want to pull it out because I'm going to lose it if I do. But there you go. There's also these removable heel counter and tongue accents, which you can actually 3D print new ones and attach them to the shoe. I think they actually had a contest where you could 3D print new parts of the shoe, like new heel tabs, and attach them to the shoe, and the winner would get something. I don't know what it was. But you also have an RFID chip right there in the heel to verify that this is your shoe, which is pretty rad. And all around, I mean, it's different. Like, you've got the Artifact logo as the Nike swoosh on the medial side, which I think is super cool. I wish this was the main logo on the shoe because I actually like it better than the Nike swoosh. And when you're rocking these, no one's gonna be like, I've seen those before, because they haven't. This shoe is so different than anything else that Nike makes. It's also kind of heavy too, because there's so much going on. But yeah, huge thank you to Artifact for these. I like all the shoes that they've released, but this one is my personal favorite, so that's why this one made the list. And it's also stupid limited. Like, this is one of the most limited shoes that I have. Actually, the Clone X might be the most limited, but this one's close. There's like maybe 5,000 pairs of these, and oddly enough, the resale price is not that crazy. So if you want to grab a pair of these, I'd suggest grabbing them now through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen rather than waiting, because I think the price is gonna go up, personally. Outside of sneakers, but kind of related to sneakers, is another one of my favorite pickups of the month, and that is the brand new Apothecary Experimental Collection. Yes, I realize I own Apothecary, so I kind of just have the socks already, but still kind of a pickup. This collection drops today on apothecary.com, linked in the description below. There are 4 socks. We've got color changing socks, we've got glow in the dark socks, we've got 3M socks. It's a fire collection. Make sure to check it all out, top of the description below. But it's been a minute since we've dropped any experimental socks like the color changing ones or the glow in the dark ones or the reflective ones, so I'm really excited about this drop, and if you guys want to check it out, again, it's linked in the top of the description below. Number 10, the Nike Kobe 4 Girl Dad. So this colorway released to commemorate the bond between Kobe Bryant and his daughters, specifically Gigi, who also passed away in the helicopter accident back in 2020. The colorway of this shoe is inspired by what Kobe Bryant was wearing in the last photo that they took together, which was some Eagles gear, so you've got the Eagles green, and then you've also got Girl Dad embroidered into the back of the tongue, and of course a metallic silver heel counter. But the reason that I like this shoe so much and it made the list is obviously because of that, but also because I this year became a girl dad, and it's really cool that Nike decided to release this shoe the same year that I became a girl dad. I just had my daughter back in beginning of the year, and the release of this shoe just kind of coincided with that, so it was kind of a wild coincidence. And so for me, the shoe has a little bit more of a extra meaning because it's the girl dad Kobe's, and I think that's really, really cool. So yeah, very cool pair of sneakers, and I love that girl dad detail on the back of the tongue. Awesome. Number 9, the Trophy Room Air Jordan 1 Low Away. This is probably my favorite Trophy Room collaboration ever released. I love the inspiration. It's inspired by the classic Michael Jordan Fleer rookie card, and I love the materials used on this shoe, and also the colorway, of course. I'm a huge Air Jordan 1 fan. You guys know that. Air Jordan 1 Lows are just a little brother, I guess, or a little cousin, or just the cutoff version of the Air Jordan 1, so I'm already a fan of this shoe, regardless of the colorway, just because of the silhouette. But they decided to make this colorway a classic white, black, and red Air Jordan sneaker with some cool hits like the yellow accents and the blue accents. If you weren't aware, Trophy Room is a store started by Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, so it's sort of a collaboration that's kept it in the family. You've got the Trophy Room logo embroidered into the lateral side, you've got this gold wings logo on the heel, and Michael Jordan's signature right there embroidered into what seems to be kind of a corduroy or denim heel area. I'm not sure exactly what material that is. You've also got satin hits, you've got nubuck hits, you've got an embroidered Nike swoosh. It's all around just a different take on the Air Jordan 1, and it's done really, really well. There's also the home colorway, which I believe is sort of a flipped color. You've got a white Nike swoosh and then some blue accents, at least on the edges of the paneling. And that pair goes for a lot more because I think it was like stupid limited. This pair is more of the GR release, as GR as a Trophy Room collaboration can be. And like I said, I think this is my favorite Trophy Room collab. I like it better than the Freeze Out colorway, the first Air Jordan 1s that they dropped, and definitely better than, you know, the 6s and, or was it the 7s? I don't remember what the other collab was. There's more than that, obviously. The 5s are cool. But for me, this is it. I love it. The only Trophy Rooms I have, and I think it's just straight fire. And the resale price has dropped significantly since when I bought these. So that sucks, but I have gotten some good wear out of them, as you can tell from the fraying edges of the satin and also the creases in the satin. Satin apparently just doesn't wear that well, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Number 8, the Bodega Asics Gel Kayano 20 Small Wins Add Up. So I've become a huge Asics fan over the last year and a half, and the fact that Bodega is dropping just incredibly clean collaborations with Asics is a dream come true to me. For example, this shoe is a silhouette that I've never owned, the Gel Kayano 20s. My favorite Asics silhouette is the Gel Kayano 14s, which I grabbed last year. I think it was on my list last year, my top favorite pickups or whatever. This shoe though is a newer version of that sneaker, and it's obviously a collaboration, but the colors that Bodega used on this collab are incredible. You've got this really toned down monochromatic upper with tans and grays and some hits of yellow, but then you've also got these crazy pops of color like the neon green on the sock liner, and then of course the yellow, which I already mentioned, that's also on the Asics logo on the midfoot of the shoe. Oh, and also the bright green hits on the Asics gel in the midsole of the shoe that make it pretty soft underfoot. All around, this shoe not only looks good, it's a little toned down, which I like. I love the fact that this shoe is sort of an if you know, you know collaboration. I love when brands do that. And Bodega being one of my favorite collaborators of all time, they always kill it, and they drop collabs on every brand and sneaker that's been out there. In fact, they just sent me this, the brand new Bodega Crocs All-Terrain collaboration, which is crazy. I probably won't do a full review on this, but I will probably drop a YouTube short or something going over the different details. But they're always dropping wild collaborations. They're always killing it. Huge shout out to Bodega, and thank you so much for the pairs that you sent over my way. I'm just not surprised by their heat anymore. They just drop fire after fire after fire, and this is another example of that. And I have rocked this shoe a couple times, not a bunch though, because I just started wearing all of the sneakers in my collection, a different shoe every day. I'm posting them on Instagram at RealSethFowler on my stories, so you can check out what pair I'm rocking today. And my goal is to wear every pair in my collection without repeating, and it's gonna take a while because I think I have over 100 pairs at the moment. This pair I've already worn, and unfortunately I probably can't wear it again, at least not on Instagram, until I'm done with that. But But I plan to rock these again in the future for sure. And it's just another example of a great ASICS shoe, very comfortable, and a great Bodega collaboration. So if you're interested in grabbing a pair of hyped up ASICS or trying a pair of Bodegas or a Bodega collaboration, get this one. This one's fire. I'm actually not sure what the resale price on these is. It could be anything. If you guys want to check them out, YouTube shopping tab right there. Not bad. Definitely over retail, but not too bad. Number 7, the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 4 while you were sleeping. I'll be real with you. Before I bought these shoes, the A Ma Maniére 3s would have been on the list, probably at the number 10 spot, but these guys edged them out because of how clean they are in person. I did not think I was going to like these as much as I do. So the A Ma Maniére 4 while you were sleepings just recently released and are still pretty much widely available at sneaker stores and also on the SNKRS app. I mean, it's not the easiest shoe to grab. You can't walk into your local Foot Locker and grab them, but if you want to grab these, you can grab them for pretty much around retail on resale sites through the YouTube shopping tab or at your local sneaker store or even on the SNKRS app in most men's sizes. Now with that being said, this is technically a women's shoe, so men's sizing is a little funky. For example, I'm a size 9, and when it comes to men's shoes, and I had to grab this in a size 10.5 women's, but by now a lot of you guys are probably used to that because a lot of shoes that Jordan Brand releases these days are women's shoes. But that doesn't deter most people. I think it's good that Jordan Brand is releasing wider size ranges of shoes. I think the shoe drops up to a size 16 women's, which might be a size 14.5 men's, I'm pretty sure. And honestly, I think if you have a chance to grab these for a good price, I'd say pick them up. These shoes are incredibly fire. I like these better than the original Air Jordan 4s. They come with this beautiful, like, light pink upper, accented by suede around the toe. You've got purple hits, you've got cream hits, you've got black hits. Of course, you've got your quilted sock liner. The quality of this shoe is just ridiculous, and it looks amazing. Like, this is probably... It's not going to beat out like the Military Blues or the Bred 4s because those are just OG classics, but it's probably my favorite pair of Air Jordan 4s outside of those, and might even be a pair that I throw on more in the future. I love the monochromatic look. I love how clean it is. I love just the use of color that you don't usually see on a pair of Jordan 4s or really any Jordans. You never get this sort of like light lilac or what do they call it? Something bone, something stone. Fossil stone is the official name, which is interesting. I guess it is kind of a fossil stone color. I don't know. But either way, the colorway on this shoe is amazing. The materials are amazing. I absolutely recommend picking this shoe up, especially for the price that you can probably grab it for. I would say if you want to grab these, they might be worth checking out through resale because resale might be cheaper than retail price, at least in the future. I don't know if it is at the moment. You can check out right now. I think these might be cheaper than retail in a couple weeks, if not right now, or depending on when you watch this video. I don't know. My plan is in the next couple weeks, I'm actually gonna go to the Nike outlet because I found A Ma Maniére 3s at the Nike outlet a couple weeks ago and see if I can find these because I wouldn't be surprised if these end up at the outlet as returns or something like that. So crazy to say that a pair of Air Jordan 4 collaborations are sitting, but I definitely recommend picking them up. They are so clean. Number 6, the Air Jordan 1 Black Toe Reimagined. So excited for this release. I wanted to double up. I wanted to grab my wife a pair. We even had a pair of socks specifically designed by Apothecary, my sock brand, to match this pair of shoes that was supposed to release on release day. But now the shoe has been pushed from October 18th to sometime in 2025. So we have to wait that much longer for what I think is one of the best releases of the year. Now, if you caught my review, you know that this Air Jordan text on the side of the shoe is sort of the original way that this sneaker looked, at least back before the sneaker actually released. This is what Michael Jordan wore in court a couple times, and then he wore in that iconic Jumpman photo in front of Chicago. But people don't seem to love this Air Jordan text because they're not used to it. And I get it. I think the Wings logo does look better overall, but when it comes to the history of the sneaker, it's cool to have a pair of these that feature that detail. Plus, the Black Toe 1s are one of my favorite Air Jordan 1 colorways. It goes Breds, Chicago's, then Black Toe 1s. This shoe is just a classic Air Jordan 1 colorway. You got the red, you got the black, you got the white, you got this aged midsole, which is not true to the original, but it does look good with this shoe. And of course, now on the 2024 version, you've got the Air Jordan text. Also, on the left shoe from the pair, you actually have a note from Michael Jordan with Michael Jordan's signature, and they made it a super subtle detail that you might not even be able to see on camera. But that's because the pair that he wore during a game, he actually gave to one of his friends, and he signed it exactly how it's signed on the shoe. So there's only like less than 10 pairs of these in existence, most likely. And one of Michael Jordan's friends has it and has a game-worn pair, and it's signed by Michael Jordan, which makes it probably one of the most valuable sneakers of all time. But it's really cool that Jordan Brand is dropping a sneaker like this. It really leans into their history. It's unapologetic about changing a detail that everyone loves, and I like it. I really do like it. Obviously, yes, visually I prefer the Wings logo, but for the story, for the history, and the fact that when you wear these with long pants, you can't even see what's up there, this is one of my favorite releases of the year, and I am not mad that they switched things up. I think it's fire. I'm still not used to the release date changing. I just called it one of my favorite sneaker releases of the year. It's one of my favorite pickups of the year. This whole video is my favorite pickups of the year. I don't know. I guess it's not going to release till next year, which is sad.